Shipping. Shipping is the desire by followers of a fandom for two or more people, either real-life people or fictional characters. In this case, we'll be talking about fictional relationships. Shipping is something many people do for fun and usually leads to fan art, fan fictions, and AMVs. I, for one, ship multiple people together in many different shows and movies. Examples of mine are Eren x Mikasa, Soul x Maka, Angel Dust x Husk, Akko x Andrew, Pearl x Volleyball, and so many more. However, not everyone likes these ships. That's 100% okay, but sadly, some people think it's okay to harass others who don't agree with their favorite ships and pairings. And sometimes the harassment turns into threats. I, for one, am sick of seeing people online and in person getting hate and harassed for ships that they like and dislike. Shipping characters should be something that's really fun to do and something that's peaceful, but instead it's something that causes arguments and fights. In this video, I'll be talking about some of the worst shipping fandoms and even talk about some experiences of mine when it comes to shipping, since people have also hated me for ships they don't like. Hazbin Hotel. Hazbin Hotel is one of those fandoms that has so many ships that you are bound to like at least one of them. Ships like Charlie x Vaggie, Angel Dust x Husk, Angel x Alistair, and Lucifer x Lilith, but even the most popular ships get hated on this fandom. For example, I ship both Charlie x Alistair and Charlie x Vaggie, but to certain people they see that as gross. To them, they think you can't ship someone who is already in a relationship in the canon universe. They also don't like it if someone is gay or straight and then you ship them with the same or opposite sex. Now, at first, I can understand why that might bother some people. Sexuality is important, but if people are just making their own AU universe and not actually being homophobic with the canon universe, then it shouldn't be a problem to people. But like I said, shippers don't care on why you ship it. They just want to be jerks. I, for a while, have been wanting to make Alistair x Charlie artwork and even make an OC for Alistair for my own AU universe. But every time I try to think of doing it, I get reminded on how the fandom gets with shipping. I don't want to get harassed or attacked for liking certain characters together in certain ships that I like. I also don't want to get attacked for shipping a girl character with Alistair because he's asexual. And I honestly don't plan on making artwork for the fandom for a long time until the fandom calms down. My Hero Academia. My Hero Academia is another one of those fandoms that you're bound to ship one couple from either the show or the movies. Some of my favorites are Deku x Uraraka, Todoroki x Deku, Bakugo x Kirishima, Todoroki x Momo, and All Might x Inuko, known as Deku's mother. Hopefully I'm not saying her name wrong. Now, kind of like Hazbin Hotel, some of the shippers don't like your opinion of what ships you enjoy. However, unlike Hazbin Hotel, the author from the manga of My Hero Academia gets actual death threats if he doesn't make certain ships canon. If you somehow haven't heard, the latest chapter of My Hero Academia confirms that Deku and Uraraka become a thing. And boy, were the Deku x Bakugo shippers pissed. So pissed that they pretend it doesn't exist. It's also funny because they seriously think a character like Deku would fall in love with a person who bullied him for most of his life and even tried to kill him multiple times throughout the series.
Young Bakugo, don't do it! You'll kill him!
He'll be fine as long as he dodges!
It's like people in this fandom love the whole bully ex-victim thing, even though in real life people know that's a bad and toxic thing. I'm sorry to the Bakugo x Deku shippers out there, but you guys seriously need a lot of help. You can't get upset over a fictional ending and bully people who ship Deku and or Bakugo with someone else. You can make your own AU of them being together, but you can't bully people for shipping something they like. Oh, and also, the fandom has some pedo ships too. Yeah, sometimes wish humans didn't exist. Attack on Titan. Compared to Hazbin Hotel and My Hero Academia, the Attack on Titan fandom usually isn't as bad. Most people agree Eren x Mikasa is canon and that Eren has always loved Mikasa. However, to Historia X Eren fans, they want to act like Eren completely forgot about Mikasa and decided to make a baby with Historia. When looking at Historia's baby, it looks nothing like Eren. The shippers have also been trying to make their own manga of AOT, but have the whole ending to be about Eren and Historia instead. Now, in my opinion, the ship makes no sense. Historia and Eren barely talk throughout the entire show and don't have any moments that show they have actual feelings for each other. I personally think that the only reason some people ship them together is because those people hate Mikasa for some reason. Whatever their reason is usually a childish one. Something like, oh, Mikasa doesn't let Eren do anything without her, or Mikasa isn't girly enough like Historia. Besides Eren x Historia, there's also Mikasa x Levi and Eren x Levi. Mikasa is Levi's cousin, and Eren and Mikasa are minors for most of the show and manga. I'm so sick of seeing people shipping characters together who are related and have a huge age gap, one being a minor and one being an adult, and for some reason think that's just okay to ship when it's literally illegal. It really makes me frustrated that so many people think that shipping something that's illegal is just somehow okay. Now that I finished talking about the three main fandoms I wanted to talk about, I want to give some honorable mentions of other fandoms I'm in that are also toxic with shipping. Little Witch Academia. Basically, if you ship Akko or Diana with any other character in the fandom, you get attacked. Not even a joke. I got hate and even called homophobic for shipping Akko with Andrew, even though I made it clear I don't just ship that, I also ship Akko x Lotte. The fandom, for the most part, is sweet, but if you don't ship Akko x Diana and ship something else with one of them in it, you'll get harassed. I would recommend staying far away from Reddit and Twitter when talking about the ship in a bad way, or if you ship one of the characters with someone else. The Sonic fandom. The Sonic fandom has so many ships, and sadly, if you don't ship something popular, like Sonic X Amy or Sonic X Shadow, you also get attacked for it. I, for the longest time, haven't been much of a Sonic X Amy fan. The reason why is because, to me, I think Sonic gets annoyed with Amy all the time. He doesn't really show that much of an interest in Amy. The only show that I really like them in is Sonic Prime because Amy doesn't go crazy over Sonic in the show like she does in the games and in Sonic X the anime. However, in the Sonic fandom, ship hate is also a thing. I think Sonic X Amy gets too much hate as well as being a ship that has toxic shippers. I plan on getting into the fandom more, but I worry how the shippers will handle me not shipping Sonic X Amy that much, since I instead ship Shadow X Amy together, since I personally think they have more chemistry than Sonic and Amy do. Fullmetal Alchemist. This one technically isn't toxic at all, except for one thing. If you don't ship Wenry x Edward, basically the main ship that's canon in the world, some fans will ask you if you even liked the show, or even cared about the characters, or even paid attention to the story at all. They will just think you're a fake fan. For example, an ex-friend of mine years ago on Google Plus would do role-playing with people who know the show, and anything else that they liked. I, at the time, had a crush on Edward Elric, and I always wanted to do role plays of me and Edward together. She claimed at the time she was fine with me RPing as myself and her RPing as Edward and the two characters being together. But every time we tried to do an RP of myself and Edward getting together, she would change the entire subject and make it to where Wenry and Edward get together instead, and my character ends up being alone or gets with Alphonse Eric, the brother of Edward Elric. She eventually told me no one should be with Edward except Wenry, and that confused me and annoyed me, since she never told me this at the start and instead lied to me. So I stopped role-playing with her after she told me all of that. I don't see anyone else doing the same thing online, luckily, but I hope I don't get hate for shipping my OC with Edward Elric instead of Wenry and Edward being a thing. And that's the end of that. I hope you enjoy my rant video on toxic shipping fandoms and have a good day.